I have a dream. And I'm putting this video out to those of you that resonate with that. Those of you that have a dream in your heart, a dream of creating a new earth. An earth where everybody matters. An earth where we all feel safe, we all feel heard, we all feel respected. An earth where we collaborate together, where everything that we bring into manifestation is seeded with the intention of love, is seeded with the intention to further society, to help humanity. You know, we are often told in this world, or there is a saying in this world, oh, you're just a dreamer. Like, that is negative, like it's stupid, wrong, bad to dream. You know, people say get into the real world. Well, if the real world is what we have created, that is violence, fear, separation, division, then I'm not getting into that world. And so this video is to those people that in their hearts know that there is another way, know that what has been created is not our truth. And it's not a reality that we need to continue to feed into. We can feed into, put our energy and attentions instead into our dreams. So perhaps you have a dream right now of something that you want to bring into the world that's gonna, help you grow as an individual. It's gonna light you up, but it's also gonna help humanity as well. Or perhaps you're not sure of a dream that you have, but you know inside your heart that what you're doing right now is not in alignment with the soul. You know, I worked for 22 years in finance, and had a so-called good job that paid good money, but I knew for a long time that that is not what I wanted to continue to. In fact, I just knew that the worst thing for me would have been waking up in 10 years time and still doing that, and that drove me to go inwards on a journey, to do the work that I needed to do, to find out what it was that lit me up, to find out what it was that I really came here to do, because I knew it wasn't finance. And that's no disrespect to anyone that's doing finance, but what I started to discover in that is, a lot of it is just absolute bullshit, as are a lot of these industries that have created. It's just about creating wealth for somebody else. It's not about doing what it tells us it's about doing. So I just want to put this video out and encourage people that do have a dream, because when you do have a dream, or you just know there's something inside of you that you want to change, then you need to take those little small steps. Your soul is always trying to communicate with you, so you need to give yourself time and space and be patient in order to receive that information. And it comes through thoughts, impulses, ideas. Look into the world. Everything that exists in the physical exists because it first came as an idea, as a thought. It first comes from the realm of the mental, the realm of thought, and then it is anchored into the physical. So whether or not you know about a dream, if you know in your heart that there is something you want to do, give yourself time, space, be in nature, be in meditation, just do these things, which what it will do is it will start to clear up your energetic system. It starts to create a stillness, a connection. Your presence can start to come forward, and you can start to hear your soul, and you will be prompted, you will be guided, you will get synchronicities, impulses, and then your job is just to follow those. Now, when you are following those, like I was doing back in 2017 when I retrained in hypnotherapy, and whilst I don't do traditional hypnotherapy, that was my gateway into what I do now with soul therapy. And it was an important gateway in, because it allowed me to learn things about the mind I did not know at the time, about subconscious programming, and it allowed me to go deep within myself. So we can then take those steps, and when we do that, fear, doubt is going to come up, and we may not have people in our lives that support that. Although I have to say I was extremely blessed, because my friends and family did support me, even though I know at times perhaps my dad was a little bit my mum and dad were maybe just a little bit unsure just because they knew I was doing so well monetary wise at my job. I didn't understand that because my mum and dad didn't have a lot when we were younger, and that's what drove me into working at a very young age, because I wanted to help them, because I saw how stressed they were and how unhappy they were struggling with money. And there's so many people like that in the world. There's so many people that struggle with things because this world is rigged against the normal person, and it's rigged for a few elite that are just raping everything from us and from the world. You know, I've been traveling around Central America with one of my best friends, which is, you know, amazing. And I know this has all come about because I have stayed dedicated and devoted to myself and to my journey. And in doing that, you know, what struck me was when we were in Mexico and we were in Tulum, which has a beautiful beach. The beach is paradise. We had to walk for miles and miles and miles and miles in order to find a little opening that we could get onto the beach. And there was a tiny section of public beach because all of the beach had been bought up by hotels. So hotels, back to back, owning chunks of the beach, so you couldn't get on to the beach. So, you know, all of this beauty that is for each and every one of us has been sold to an elite few. That is not the organic way. So as we start to realize that it is the dreamer that is the truth, that is the organic way, it's the dreamer that creates new realities, that creates new consciousness, it can give us courage and strength to follow those dreams, so we can give ourselves space, allow those ideas to come into the mind. We don't need to know how we are going to realize that dream. We just need to have an idea of what we want to realize. And for me, my dream has evolved over time, and I haven't known how I'm going to get from A to B. I have just trusted. And it's been a journey of learning to trust, and it's been a journey of going inwards and doing my work on all those programs that tell me I'm not enough, I don't deserve a life of ease, of effortlessness, I don't deserve a life of passion, but I've had to go through that corruption, those shadows inside, that reconnection back to source. And it has been the number one thing that has changed my life, is connection back to the true soul self, to the authentic self. Because as soon as you start to move into soul alignment, well, your soul holds your destined plan. You know, before you incarnated into this body, you already had a blueprint of what you wanted to achieve, how you wanted to fulfill your life, what you came here to contribute to Earth, to humanity at this time. And at this time, what we are contributing really matters, because we are creating a new timeline right now, and we are anchoring in the new Earth. And that's why when we look around, there is so much chaos, because a lot more light is coming in. Light is coming in from the sun. So, you know, really get out into nature, because we are getting activated and switched on by the sun, by the planet. We really need to be connecting with the planet right now. And as that light comes in, well, it is so powerful, because source, original undistorted source light, is purity. It's so powerful, it's going to crumble all of the lies, all of the corruption, all of the artificial mind control programs that have clutched on to our chakra systems, to our energetic systems. So it starts to bring up those shadows, it starts to dissolve those lies, and that's why it can feel like chaos as we are going through this transformation. And we are going through this transformation, and now is the time to really dream big and allow yourself to be guided step by step. And know this, when I started my dream, you know, I had an idea, I wanted to have my own business. I knew I wanted to work for myself, and that was driven from when I was younger, and I saw my mum and dad working 2 or 3 jobs and still struggling. And it made me think, like, why am I, and I knew my mum and dad were such good-hearted people, and I couldn't understand why they were working so hard, but there was not hardly surviving. And I said to myself, well, I'm going to have my own business, and I'm going to employ people, and I'm going to pay them well, I'm going to make them a part of that business so that they can have good lives too. Now, I'm not employing people right now, but right now I am creating my own business and I'm moving into what lights me up, and I know that this is what I'm meant to do, and I know I'm going to do good things into the world. I'm going to help as I evolve. This is the win-win when we move into our dreams and our passions. It evolves us as it evolves others, and it's like this circle, this win-win circle. Imagine a world where we are all contributing through what lights us up, through our passions, rather than all contributing from what robs our energy and our soul. Just imagine that one change, how that would ripple through the planet and uplift the planet so powerfully, because we are powerful. You know, we've been led to believe that we are less than, we are small, and that is the subconscious programs of not being enough. That is an infectious disease, a consciousness disease inserted into us in many different ways to keep us from realizing that. So as we are going through our dreams, as we are taking them, know that it is normal to feel doubt. It is normal to have days where you think that you just can't do it because it doesn't materialize instantly. This has been a journey for me, and you know, I quit my full-time so-called good job back in 2020 when I got a very clear message, now is the time, and I quit it and I went on that journey, and it wasn't a straight line, and it certainly wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be, but it was more fulfilling than I could have ever dreamed of, and I have grown so much, and I have started to find the true self, connect to the true self, and I'm now moving into that sweet spot, that flow, that momentum that I have built. So that's 2020 to you know a good 3 years, but it's been an amazing journey, and I'm still on it. It never stops. We're always evolving, and every step of the way I've got more of my mission has come to me. So that's how it happens. We don't get it all at once, we get it step by step, because if we got it all at once we might be overwhelmed with it, because we get it when we are ready, when we have moved into that vibration, that alignment. And right now I wouldn't have continued if I'd have listened to what some experts were saying. You know, it would have made me feel like my business I wasn't successful because I wasn't earning the right amount of money, because you know I had to last year actually go and contract back. Well, I contracted back to the place I used to work for a couple of days, but to be honest with you, I know I still made the right move because I get paid more now for less days, and that just helps me while I'm organically working on my mission and attracting what I need to be able to move into this full time, which is where I am moving into right now. So I look back right now and I can see how everything has been perfectly orchestrated. Everything in my life you can see as you start to awaken more and more, as you start to commit and devote yourself to your dreams. So if you have a dream right now, or you don't have a dream but you know that you're not doing something that is within your heart, you know, you might as well, right, commit to yourself. Or just say, I commit to becoming the highest expression of myself. That's what I say to myself. I say to myself, my goal is, my intention is to be my highest expression. And then I allow the ideas to flood into my mind. I allow myself to be guided, and then I have the strength, and I use courage. Courage is a gateway into destiny. So courage is not having fear, but it's having fear but moving forward anyway, because you start to realize those ego programs that say that you're not enough, that's not the true self, that's a programmed self. The true self is magnificent, is soul, is a creator, is source, is incredible. So I use that strength, that knowledge, because I'm going on that journey of discovery, because we're taught again at school that we know everything, we learn everything. We are not taught the truth at school. We are not taught who we are. So we have to do that ourselves. We have to become empowered and go on that journey ourselves. And as we discover the truth of who we are, that we are source, it empowers us. It gives us strength to take those steps. And slowly we start to take off all of the layers that are not us, and we just follow those impulses one by one. So we don't have to, know everything, go all the way in the first time. We just have to have the strength and the courage to move through those points, and to not listen to the people that say that you cannot do it. In fact, it is good to share your dream, but also we have to know who to share it with. We don't need to share it with people that do not understand, that are limited in their perspective. We can just continue on our journey with an inner knowing. So if you do have a dream, it is time now. I'm reaching out to the dreamers. to the ones that are awakening, because it is for us to really seed this new earth right now.